This video is part of the YouTube collaboration with other talented YouTubers. Our team this time was Farmhouse Home Decor. So I would like to introduce to you my little project. When you finish watching my video, please go back to my description box and visit our playlist. Hello everybody, it's Agnes. I am coming back to you with the project I sort of mentioned, and I actually asked you questions yesterday about. As you know, and I don't know if you watched, I recently made a heart shape wreath with the Hello, welcome back to my channel. Book pages, out of the book pages. So, and I did have a lot of leftover pages, so I decided I am going to do something. And you were giving me so many ideas yesterday that I am for sure going to try and share them with you. This, just because I did not have as many pages, I decided to go with my original plan. As you can see here is I am trying to figure myself out how to make a cone. Do you think it's easy? Well, maybe it is when you don't really have to make one that has a certain shape. But look at me trying to figure out which way it works, and I apologize that you have to look at me playing around, but that's the process. And I literally feel that the hardest portion of this whole project is making a lot of cones. What I'm trying to do here is, I think I got the hang of how to make that cone. What I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to find out which way to position my page when I'm making a cone to have the more interest showing in the that spiky portion of it. I actually, as I'm talking to you, I say a lot of I apologize, but I sometimes I am a lack of words, so I am working so hard to drop this. But so now we are almost done with making a cone, but I'm not going to really keep you looking at me making that. Let's just keep moving to another portion. So as you can see here this is actually a leftover piece of my cardboard heart that I made yesterday, no, a couple days ago. My craft room is a mess, so here we go. I still had the leftover pieces, and it's actually pretty good because I used that for my new idea. So here what I'm trying to do is get the base for a little creation, and I've seen those cone creations all over Pinterest, and I always wanted to try one, and just because I had so many pages left, I decided to give a try. So as you can see is I do have, I've tried, I have to admit, I did try before I started to record to get a plan of how to align them, and I've noticed that the easiest way to get those tubes look good is to start with a cross. And as you can see is the plan was to install them on that frame, but from the Dollar Tree. But of course the Dollar Tree frame, even though it is on a bigger side, it is smaller than it's much smaller than my cones that I created. So I decided to pinch them a bit to make it a little smaller, so most of my frame is going to get exposed. So as you can see, I just folded half an inch, not half an inch, the inch of each cone to at the end to make sure, hopefully, that will look good when I am going to install this on my frame. So I'm not going to really bore you staring at me, and see, it looks a little bit better but when I just simply put a picture over that little creation. But I'm just hoping for the best that it's going to be good enough. So I have to speed up a bit my video so you are not going to be bored staring at me. But my goal here is to simply install those cones in the first row, sort of in between each other, in the middle, And then when you move on to a second row, I would interlock them in between the first row. It is actually fun to see me doing installation that fast. All what I can tell you is it may be it's maybe tedious work, but it actually does not look as bad. But we'll see how it goes. It is actually a very relaxing process. See, I just had all the pages all rolled up, so I can go ahead and install them. The whole process of installation of those cones, it really did not take me longer than 10 minutes. But rest assured, you are not staring at me doing that all the way. I am doing my best to speed this up. As you can see, I mean, actually, what I do like is to stare at that from the top, like I am watching with you right now, because it does show mistakes I'm making, that I am actually missing a couple of the cones on the bottom. But as I am installing it now, I guess I was just talking and busy doing stuff, but I will for sure fill them up later, or hopefully I'm going to fill them up as we are watching together. Let's go. So I am almost done here. And at the beginning, I was thinking to simply leave the middle and install some kind of interest bling or some kind of old piece of the hardware, something. But I did not have anything handy, and I did not want to delay this video any longer. So I just decided to continue with my installation of those cones and all the way to the end. And it's actually forming a pretty cute looking flower here. Don't you think so? I mean, it's interesting. It is some kind of a three-dimensional element that you can for sure showcase on some kind of accent wall or a shelf or even a mantle. I'm actually really excited to see the final product of that. I don't know if you noticed, but as I was doing that, I constantly tried to adjust the length of it so they just sort of look as possibly same size, even though they twisted on a different angles. But it looks more natural. I guess it's in my eyes. So as you can see, here we go. I'm checking, and I hope I've noticed that I am missing that there's some openings. Here we go. Yep, I am. And that's what happens. It's always good to look back and see what you can possibly add. Yeah, I do see it something on the right. Hopefully, I am going to add it as you're looking at me. But if not, I'll for sure. I did add and fill those up. So here we go. As I open my frame, I it's broken. Well, I should have dumped it, but again, then if I would have do it, I would have not had the base for my flower. So I decided to repair it. I cannot believe this. I am repairing a dollar tree frame. But either way, I need it so badly now, and I do not want to search for another one. It's quick. Oh, look at this. It's breaking in your hands. But you know, the hot glue is really pretty good. And it's because whatever I'm trying to put on it, it's not really heavy. I guess my hot glue is going to do its work. So here we go. It's almost repaired, and it's time to move to a second portion of my project. Um, the frame repair was not planned, but I guess it's happening. So here is the backing of my frame that I would like to put the burlap all over. So all what I'm doing here is just simply cutting the size of it, the size of my cardboard out of the my burlap now, and we'll try to Mod Podge it on the on the cardboard. I guess look at me protecting everything as I can possibly do. So what happens now with the Mod Podge? I mean, I done so many times the fabric. Usually, you really do not have to saturate the surface with a fabric, the thin fabric, but you know, burlap is very thick, and you just got to be careful. So since it's sort of a see-through material, you do not want it to have Mod Podge showing and make it look too shiny. I did not even pay attention what kind of Mod Podge I had. Was it the matte one or was it the high gloss? I just saw Mod Podge and I just simply used it. So I'm trying to go medium with the amount of Mod Podge on my cardboard, just to see how it goes. And make sure you get those corners so it sticks nicely. Here we go. Trying to get it as close as I can. So not much cutting is needed. Here we go. Yeah, I just gotta wipe that one. Of course, I'm doing the video. I have to wipe this, but I'm not going back and edit that. So as you can see, I need to cut a bit. So quickly with my scissors, I am going to adjust my burlap to the size of the cardboard. And as I am doing it, I've noticed that there is not, some of the corners are not really sticking properly. So I am most likely going to add it later. Usually, if that would have been like reverse canvas or whatever, I would have leave those pieces and fold them over on the back of the cardboard. But because that frame, first of all, is already broken, and second of all, it is thin, so I cannot really do anything about it. I need to cut it to a size. So here we go. Let's try to frame this. Oh no, we gotta do the corner just to make sure. As you can see, is I've added enough amount of Mod Podge to it. It really doesn't show through my burlap. And here we go. I just hope I'm not going to break it when I am installing that frame, the cardboard box, into my frame. Here we go. It's done. Oh, I am taking my sweet time. I am being really careful. Don't want to go to the option B. I actually do not have. See, there's a little bit of a Mod Podge, and hopefully that's going to disappear. See, I guess I overdid it in some areas. Okay, so now let's see what our flower is going to look like on that board, on that frame, if it's actually looking good or no. Here we go. Well, it's not bad. It's actually not bad. Well, what do you think? Tell me, should I leave it on it, or I actually have an old door that I had in a garage and I always was looking for something to do with it, and I do like that a lot, especially now. And I actually have two of those doors, so now I think that I have to make two of these. Look at me adding some raffia. Of course. There's no project in my house that raffia is not involved with, at least a bit. I do like to add some more of dimension to my flower. So now look at me, just sticking the raffia. I'm not even going to glue it because I may change my mind later. But for now, I do sort of like to try to see how my raffia loosely looks in there. We'll see. I'm just simply playing the game. So tell me, what do you think? Should I leave it in a Dollar Tree frame on a burlap background or leave it on the old door? But then that means is I have to make another one. Curious what your opinions are. And here we go. Well, I don't know. See, I am still waiting. Should I use it? Do I like it or do I not? So what's your opinion? Oh, or maybe I should leave it both of them. use this a Dollar Tree frame and then install it on my door. Huh, that's actually a cool idea. That's maybe what I'm going to do. Oh, or maybe I'm going see the flower I made yesterday with you, and you can find that on my Facebook page. I don't know. What should I do now? All of a sudden, I have two projects, or three in one. Oh, I love that. So here is the final pictures. I actually do like it on my rustic wall. Wow, it does look good, and I think I am going to leave it for now on my door before I change my mind. Curious what you think about it. Um, Thanks for watching, and I am going to work on another project. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notification when a video is up.